for playing Button Smash.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Button Smash.
All right.
Hey.
Smashing buttons. That's the sound of smashing buttons, right?
Button
Yeah.
splash.
Nailed it, dude. That was
It's
crazy.
more like ting, ting,
Yeah.
crash, then
Crash,
and
screen,
crunch,
Ma,
and all
the batteries.
that.
Wait, that's
It's
weird.
done.
Are you kidding? All you smashing?
Welcome to the greatest video game podcast show that brings you the good one and craft beer when they come to the party. Not that cheap box of wine that nobody appreciates, but at the end of the night, people are like, I mean, I guess it's here. I guess I'll take some.
Yo, I
Whatever.
love me a good box of wine.
Dude, there are good boxes and there are bad boxes. You know, some people are like,
gotta
okay,
slap.
here's this like cheap discount box of wine that I brought over if you want. I mean, I guess at the end of the night, you can get into that. What we are going to get into is the latest gaming news and our reactions behind it. I'm your host tonight, the Bad Cody Funky Sergio, and let's see who's joining us this week. We've got Booster Greg.
I was really looking forward to the box wine, but now not so much. So I guess I'll just go in my corner with my box wine and just be ashamed. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the greatest video game podcast on the Rogue Matter Network, period, about video games, in parentheses. Little number one in there. If you go down the cliff note, it says, goddamn right, it's the best damn video game podcast on the Rogue Matter Network. And be sure to listen to all of the other Rogue Matter podcasts and look at all the other Rogue Matter media at roguematter.com, including Roman's Rise, Samael, Fear to Tread. I'm definitely not reading this off of the website if anyone's wondering. And of course, the other podcast on the network, Rogue Wave.
Yeah.
I think I got
on my
that. Yep.
Dolce.
There you go. Go listen to that because it's always an interesting time between him and his co-host Hassan. It's never boring and there's always great conversation. So go do that.
Speaking of interesting times, we've got Jay's Mac.
Hey, I'm not interesting. I'm the bag of wine guy.
It's true.
The big bag of wine.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm a big old bag of wine.
Now it's a trash bag of wine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
From like the good bottle to the
well, no.
box to now the bag.
All right.
Trash bag of wine.
No, there's a
filled
bag
with
inside that
pizza.
box. Don't get it wrong.
True.
That's true.
Speaking of bags, we got TV's Casey.
It's me.
Oh, that was it? Okay. All right. There's more.
It's because Mario, Italian, spaghetti, red wine.
Good
I got back
connection.
to it.
Good
That's
connection.
in
Brought us
more.
back.
Like, yeah.
Always bringing us
Sure.
back, Todd Chris.
Listen, I like to go for a nice white Zinfandel if I'm going to imbibe in my fancy drinks.
Ooh.
Hey, look at that. Speaking of fancy, thank you everyone who's tuning in live here on twitch.tv/WeAreRogueMatter. We do this every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And thanks to everyone who's listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Thank you very much. We see you in chat. Hello, everybody. And if you want to join in too, it's live every Thursday night. Come in, Morty. Let's do it. Speaking of things that are doing it, the holiday season is coming up, and first up is Thanksgiving. And what companies love to do? Well, they love to give back to their employees, right? And one of the most infamous gaming companies is doing something pretty interesting with their employees. Greg, do you want to get into it?
Oh, I thought you would never ask. I'm so glad we're leading with this. For anyone who is unaware, I used to work at GameStop for almost about 5 years. So whenever they pull a story like this, my ears peak up and I just get so happy. So what GameStop corporate decided would be a fun, great idea that the kids really like is, hey, you want to work more, right? You want to work more during the busiest time of the season, right? And make GameStop money, right? Well, you can if you dance like the monkey you are on the internet for our amusement.
What?
So yeah, GameStop decided to do a TikTok dance competition for their employees, where they would have to upload a dance to Red Wine, like a remix of it, and whoever won,
A song made before most of their employees were born.
yes. So they had to use the hashtag, I think it was Red Wine Challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
Whoever won would get, I think, 10 hours for I think Black Friday week for their store, and they would also get, I think it was like $100 Amazon gift card, a Visa gift card or something like that, and some
two,
Amazon devices.
Amazon Echoes,
yeah, something like that. But like, what's really interesting is that like GameStop has these hours that they're like they're essentially making their stores battle over on the internet. Now, I think it was today, over the past couple hours, they took this challenge down, and any videos have since been deleted, and they're refusing to comment, obviously, because it's a bonehead thing to do. Like, it's bad enough that these employees are going to have to work long hours, and I'm thinking about the managers who are not hourly, but usually salary, at least as when I worked there, they were. So they could work almost indefinitely, and that would be just that.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
Yes. And meanwhile, everyone else is stressing about, I can't work over a certain amount of hours this week. Otherwise, my manager gets in trouble. Otherwise, the store gets in trouble. And
So
that
they're
cost someone their
auctioning
job.
off, or they're putting up for competition hours to work.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what you win, is hours to
Now-
work more.
For Black Friday.
This is not
What a
an
garbage company.
yes, can confirm. This is not an unheard of practice for GameStop, but usually it's more internal. It's more of like whoever makes the most sales gets the most pre-orders, like whatever, right? They would get the most hours, and that I think is a little bit different because it's more of like an earning capacity, right? You're showing you're busy, so you need these hours is how it is. Now GameStop's just like, look at the hours, puppet, dance for me, dance, yes. Red wine, now the Macarena, do it.
This is so cringy. I'm really proud of myself for returning my my pre-orders now and just asking for gift cards. Screw that place, dude. That's awful. I'm gonna do that all the time. I'm gonna be like, can I talk to can I do that to the CEO? Can I have him make a pre-order for me?
You can't do that to Mr. GameStop. No, he sits on a throne of used discs.
Good old
Jonathan
Jeff GameStop.
Jeff GameStop.
Jeffrey GameStop. Now, this, just as a reminder, this is the same company at the beginning of the global pandemic said that they were an essential business and needed to be opened so people could buy their product or buy a product from them.
Listen, if wrestling is a necessary business, obviously video games are too.
But that wasn't even where they went. They said we're an essential business because we sell microphones.
Well, they do Magic Trick where they take a $60 game and they give you $3 for it, and that I think is something we could all use a little bit of.
Turn it into a price. No,
But think of the trade-in value.
It was.
Oh my god!
I heard this and I was laughing hysterically the whole time. Someone posted the link. I think it was our friend Keeps posted the link in my Discord, and I was like, we have to talk about this tonight. It's so ridiculous.
Why are we even surprised that this is the behavior of a company that used to be called Funkoland, right?
But Funkoland was better than GameStop, at least.
Well, yeah, because they embraced them being weird. This place is
Do you
trying to
remember
be like
Babbage's?
normal.
Babbage's would never pull this shit on me.
Oh god.
But yeah, this is the most insane thing I've heard a company do, and even worse, like this is for like the managers. It's not even for the employees. So it's the managers who are the ones who like allot the time and they have to report to corporate and stuff, so corporate can kind of give them a budget, whatever, whatnot. So they're just like, because a part of the email, a part of like the blast that went out was encourage your employees to take part in the TikTok dance, and it's so insane that they're trying to raffle off like a prize, like the two Amazon Echoes. Nobody wants that. The $100 gift card. Okay, cool. And when I heard the third thing was more hours during the Thanksgiving Black Friday holiday rush, I was like, that's insane, absolutely insane. It's like, hey, we know you're starved for money and for payroll, dance for it, and one of the stores will win. Like, who thought this was a good idea? There's no way this didn't go past a group of people up at corporate somewhere, and everyone was just like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. Let's have them
It's
do
because
that.
they're so
Who
out of
doesn't
touch,
like dancing?
and they don't know what their employees are struggling with. You know what I mean? The people like the
Pre-orders. We
90
already know this. They're struggling with pre-orders.
Yeah. Get more
Pre-order
pre-orders.
sales. Commission.
Why haven't you sold any more PS5 pre-orders, huh? You're like, because there's nothing left. Like,
We
they don't have
we
the
don't
raw
have
materials to make it,
anymore.
man. They don't have some things to make it, boss. That's a terrible excuse. I'm gonna take hours away from your store and give it to somebody else.
They do that. You laugh about that, but that's a practice. At least
Oh
when
my
I-
God.
Granted, I will put this disclaimer out there. I have not worked there in probably about 10 years, so it's been a minute. But that was a practice where it's like it was like a swinging scale, right? So if you're doing really well, you got more hours. If you were struggling and you weren't making your quota, they would take away hours. So realistically, not every store in the district could do really well. So really what they were doing, if you think about it, is they were taking away the hours from another store that was underperforming that maybe needed it. and then put it towards a store that was overperforming.
Also, Greg's second disclaimer: I fucking hate GameStop.
Yeah, I unless it's the absolute best deal I can find for something, which is rare, I will not shop there.
I go
or if
there for
it's
the
a very
Funko
rare
Pops. I go there for toys.
Oh, Amazon's got your.
Oh,
look,
man.
look at the wall.
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble.
Amazon's got the
Noble for
deals.
Funko Pops.
Pretty much
too.
anything that isn't GameStop, just go,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
go there for all your stuff. And,
Yeah.
it sucks too because like, oh man, I can't imagine people working there now and then seeing this happen and their manager be like, hey, so here's something that's like coming down the pipeline, and then explaining that to their workers, and then the workers' reaction. It's just like, what? And especially someone who you think about like, or we're in times of COVID. And imagine like somebody who hasn't been getting that many hours. I mean, working maybe like 2 or maybe like once a week or something like that, and they need that time. And then they're being told, okay, if you dance with me and we win this TikTok competition, come Black Friday, which is coming up pretty soon, I can give you more hours if we do a TikTok dance and we win. It's
And
You
insane.
like working? Come on.
And
dance for me.
I'll tell you this too, because they won't let you get employees who are not clocked in to do this, because they'll get mucho trouble that way with the government. They actually, in this area, got big trouble with the government because they were having people working not being punched in and stuff like that, not getting paid. So that was a big deal. And overworking other employees, stuff like that. But anyways, they have to get people who are on the clock. The only people who are on the clock on a consistent basis are going to be the key holders, who are overworked and tired and just want to go home. And now they're dancing zombies, essentially. So they can maybe get 10 hours. So they can bring on maybe 1 or 2 part-time like people, and then give them some sort of break so they can actually eat their lunch or take a quick 15 or go outside and have a smoke, you know? I
mean, most of us have been in that retail environment where it's just like a disaster. Greg, you were for that company. I was for Circuit City way back when. That was like an absolute disaster.
You're the Circuit City? Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, man. Rest
How
in
old
peace.
are you? I'm just messing.
Look how old you've been.
The same
67.
age as me. I'm equally as shocked at how long I've been on this earth as well. Don't worry about it.
Good save, Chris.
But yeah, like it's sad, right? Because like I know that my life could change, and like I would have to be in a position to find a job, and I would probably go to a place like that. I would be so depressed though. Like I'm not saying the position that I'm in is any better than what they do, right? But like it's just like it just kills me that they're so out of touch that they're making their employees, who they should actually give a damn about, do this. And it's just like shame on them. You know what I mean? Like
their employees are the only reason, and their knowledge base are the only reason why some people still continue to shop at GameStop. Yeah. Because like, you know, you have parents and grandparents and uncles and stuff like that who maybe don't have like the family nerd or geek or whatever. So they have to go in and rely on these recommendations.
And what do you do?
Do you have any Nickelback for my grandson? Ma'am, FYE is down the block.
FYE's gone.
Yeah.
No, but like like you feel bad, right? Because like you want to turn around and say, well, I don't want to work for I don't want to go support a company that does weird crap like this, right? But then it's like, well, then you're hurting the people that actually work there too, that need those hours.
Yeah.
Even if you do go in and you return you return your pre-orders for gift cards.
This has been a PSA that says, hey, dear companies, pay your employees and like give them the hours that you need them to work without making them jump through any hoops and things like that. And don't do weird video things and exploit them for publicity. That's also weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah, don't make your employees dance for, like, literally dance for. Well, this is like the opposite of Footloose. What the hell?
Yeah. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. That's the point
Don't
of our.
be the anti-Footloose.
Yeah.
Be Kevin Bacon. He danced at the end, but he was happy about it, and he didn't. No one made him do it. He did it because he loved it. I've never actually seen Footloose. I'm assuming that's how that happened.
You know he got cut loose.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So for future future evil corporation owners, or don't like make your company and then make your employees dance for more money and hours. It's disgusting. It's absolutely.
Oh, but well, you know what? Do it so I can make fun of you on the internet and laugh at you, and then you can take it down and hold your head in shame.
They did take it down.
They did.
They're just like, holy crap, this got out. Oh, look, we need to reverse this. We thought it was a fun little thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Ha! Way to be GameStop. Remember that when they did it back in 2020?
You know what we should do? We should set a like a reminder for like a year from today, just to remind GameStop Everybody should do this and just tweet GameStop.
You could probably do better than that. You could have one of those signs that's like, "Days since GameStop did something stupid."
Oh, that's good.
Just keep it at single digits.
Just tweet the lyrics of Red Red Wine at GameStop.
Yeah.
Every time this year.
Red Wine, forever unclean. Forever unclean.
Man.
Little league reference for you there. Oh, man. But things that aren't so bleak in the universe, as there are many things to look forward to. And this next thing is something that I'm personally looking forward to. So, with the launch of the PlayStation 5 coming up at the end of the year, we got Spider-Man Miles Morales coming out on the console. It's also available for PlayStation 4 as well. And Insomniac Games unveiled that there's a special little suit that's going to be available for everybody. That's unlockable in the game. You don't have to pay any money. It's not one of those like paywall things. Good game company. Good. Very good game company. And it's the Into the Spider-Verse suit.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
How did they do it?
They probably just asked the guy that worked in the office next door, and we're like, "Hey, we're both Sony. Can I just use this?"
Is it okay? Yeah, no, you got it. Don't forget the Jordans.
Can you
Don't
send
forget
me
the
save me some time. Send me the model you actually used in the film.
I don't think it was the actual model. That would have been way too high poly. It actually, I wonder if this is actually less intensive on the system itself, because it's actually less frames that it has to go through. Yeah,
could be.
That's true. That's one of the freaking coolest things about the Into the Spider-Verse movie is the way that they're like do weird things with the frames to give it that very specific look. And that's what you get with the suit. That's freaking awesome.
It looks great, and I was so surprised that they put it in there like this. It's like a nice little surprise before the game comes out, and it makes me want it even more because I think it's so because like Into the Spider-Verse was such a good movie. It was so enjoyable, and to be able to not only have, because they didn't just have the suit, the animation is there too. The janky animation is there as well, and it just gives you that immersive feel that you are Miles Morales, like from the movie. Like,
That's really cool.
It's the biggest exposure Miles has to the general public. I mean, he showed up in, like Ultimate Spider-Man, the cartoon, and what have you. But this is, that's his movie.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Just really, I don't want to ask everyone. Really quickly, what's the best Spider? Do you think this is the best Spider-Man movie that we've ever had?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of the best superhero movies, period, that we've ever had.
Chris is going to say Spider-Man 2.
I am going to say Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Doc Ock.
With 100% with Doc Ock.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because of the little head.
Well, so here's the other side of the coin. What's the worst Spider-Man movie you think?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 3.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Really?
Listen,
you think Spider-Man 3 is better than the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
Yes, because Sandman was actually surprisingly really cool. They just ruined Venom.
Okay, Sandman was really good. Venom was terrible, but emo Spider-Man, no.
Oh no, emo Spider-Man is garbage.
Emo Spider-Man ruined the movie.
Double finger point at people and dancing. That was.
I got a lot of dates with that double finger.
It's not emo Spider-Man. The meme is now Bully Maguire. So get yourself straight.
That was the birth of a meme. That was great.
That's it.
I don't know.
Spider-Man 3 has got some solid beats in it. The fights are actually pretty good. The climax is pretty solid. Like the effects for its time are really good. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, the climax of that movie is Spider-Man letting people die in the street so he can make jokes. Like
yeah, but they're really funny jokes.
Yeah, but people are dying in the street, Greg.
Yeah, but they're still funny.
Dead in the street.
I don't know. I think the worst is Spider-Man 3 by far. I was asking because I didn't want to throw any shade at any potential competition out there.
You just love Andrew Garfield, you jerk.
But IGN posted a top Spider-Man movies, like the best and worst, and they had the worst being Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I disagreed with. I think it's Spider-Man 3. And they had the best being Spider-Man 2, which I can see, but I still think it's Spider-Verse. So I was just wondering what
I do think it's Spider-Verse. Amazing Spider-Man 2 does come very close to being the worst because I hated the whole dynamic with like him and Gwen Stacy and how he was so just like nude. Like every time he saw her, he was just like putty and like stupid. I'm just like, okay, I get that he's in love and stuff like that, but like Peter Parker's a smart dude, and Andrew Garfield's like a handsome guy. You know what I mean? Like just play off of him being like cheeky.
He's a terrible Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I think we've talked about it before. He's Amazing Spider-Man, terrible Peter Parker.
He's an
You
amazing
said it.
Greg.
Spider-Man.
No, you said it.
You're welcome.
You said it.
You're welcome. See that? I put the tagline in there, and that's why you guys
I
pay
love
me
it.
the big bucks.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
By the way, your check's in the mail.
Is it? Is it?
I don't know what check that.
It's lost with the other 4 years. Why is Chris the only one getting paid? I don't understand.
Yeah. But
Wait a minute. Why am I not getting paid?
You're welcome.
But what other costumes do you guys want to see in the game? We talked about this before, but like they're actually making these things happen. I mean, like we might get another reveal before the game even comes out. Like, is there one that you want to see if they make like here's another costume? Like, what's the one that you want to see? Here's the next premiere video of what's going to happen in Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Honestly, I've said it before. I want the Spider-Verse hoodie and Jordan's like suit. I want that. I want him with like
Is that
the whole
not
thing over it.
confirmed already?
No, they only have from Spider-Verse. They've only shown his actual spray paint suit.
And the super. Well, they've shown the
Actually, I want everything from everything he wore in Spider-Verse is just what I want because I also want the Halloween costume, Spider-Man costume.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Yeah, and if like obviously Peter Parker's not going to be a playable character in here, but I want there to be an Easter egg where if you choose that one and Peter shows up,
It's Jake Johnson.
It's him with the sweatpants and no shoes or one shoe.
She'll be Spider-Man.
He's the best.
Yeah, the best Spider-Man out of all of them.
He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Casey?
There is a costume that Miles gets, and I know that you wanted to say this one, where it's like a Cool on Goth style time warp, where it's basically like Dungeons and Dragons meets, the Champions, which was the team he was on. He's got this big old like web cape and a hood, but the color scheme is all the same. It's like full Urban Avenger Batman.
It's so
Miles Morales
badass.
looking
Like
Spider-Man.
I would love to fly around the city with that on. Like I would love to play the game even more if I can get that costume in here.
I would love to see a Prowler costume.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that'd be really cool.
Oh,
It doesn't have to be the Into the Spider-Verse Prowler, although that is awesome.
It's just the best costumes there.
Any Prowler would be good, like classic Ultimates Prowler. His comic book costume for one. I mean, it looks pretty much the same, but they could do it in the cell shaded way they did the classic Spider-Man costume in the last game.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it came with quips as a power up.
Yeah.
He's got some other good ones I'm trying to think of. But I also wouldn't mind him borrowing a bunch of Peter outfits.
I would though. I feel like you gotta like. I think there's a responsibility there to keep them separate as
He doesn't.
as
Great
characters.
responsibility.
Like I mean, with his great power, there is the great responsibility. But like Miles is his own character, so I don't want him to be like wearing any Peter suits because he doesn't need to. Like we've seen in the first Spider-Man game that there were costumes that were made up specifically for the game. So they're obviously they're going to do that. I think we saw a couple of them screenshots for like the freaking I can't believe it's not on Tron.
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
So I think they can have some leeway there. I would really like them to work.
I feel like he just doesn't have enough different ones. Like a lot of like you think of like the multiverse and stuff. You could give him Captain Universe.
I mean, we already have like 3 or 4 right off the bat, and the game isn't out yet.
Right.
They didn't even announce that many for Peter. So I feel like.
And Greg, when you say that, I don't want to see him wearing a Peter suit. All I can think about is Men in Black. Like, are you wearing an Edgar suit?
An Edgar suit?
Just have like
sugar.
pulling back the skin, sugar and water. But it's like a Peter suit.
You could do Spider Mole.
What's that?
Before, so in Spider Ham's universe, everybody else is a different like funny animal, and he's Miles Morales.
No. I want that because the pun alone. Because I love dad jokes and puns.
Pretty.
If I were to have that, I would just like stream with that all the time. Because I would just make stupid animal puns and mole puns all the time.
Yeah,
it'd be ridiculous. Oh man.
Could we get Donald Glover was a voice Miles Morales and something, right?
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
But the costume was just the normal Miles
Comic
Morales. Yeah.
What if we just got the Donald Glover, him shirtless with the pants from the This Is America?
I was gonna say like with a bag full of ice cream from Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
Count it.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
True.
Just saying. I want more Donald Glover in my life. If I can get him in a video game,
True.
I'm even more happy.
Yeah.
True.
Oh man! Speaking of things that make people happy, not so much. PlayStation 5. Chris, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, man. So right now, like obviously we're so close to the release, and pre-orders have gone basically like right out the window. Right, it's really hard to even find them anywhere. Any pre-orders, I don't think anyone's seen them in like weeks. But what Sony's decided to do to kind of keep in the spirit of keeping people safe and healthy is they're actually going to make all of the PlayStation sales are all going to be online, which is kind of cool. They said they don't want people lining up out for like overnight in front of stores. Cool. They want to make sure they want to maintain social distancing. I don't know whether this is a kind of awesome PR cover-up of the fact that they're having trouble with the supply chain or anything like that, but you know what?
Probably.
Screw it. I'm for it.
PR cover-up.
Look, I'm for it. Yeah. If you want to put it under that, guys, go for it. Also, if it makes it easier for me to click a button and it just shows up in my house a couple days later, yeah, I'm all for that too.
You know what was so wholesome is my mom sent me a picture of a catalog that had a PS5 in it, and she's like, "Oh, is this the PlayStation you're talking about?" And I was like, "Yeah, Mom, it's like completely unavailable everywhere." She's like, "Well, if I see it in Walmart, I will grab one."
Oh, that's
and
so
I was like, "I love you so much, Mom."
And just like that, Jay's dreams are shattered.
I'll pick it up off the shelf just for you.
Well,
my
like,
son.
yeah, I was 30 years old. She bought me a Switch for Christmas. You know what I mean? Like, that was awesome. But like, I'm super lucky that she's like still looking out for that kind of stuff. You know, she's like, "Oh yeah, my kid loves video games. He's, you know, a grown-ass man, but I'm still," and I'm like, yeah,
wow,
yeah.
what's it like having parents that love you?
Wow, the deep cuts. The deep
Sorry,
cuts
Casey,
there.
they're looking for a third child if you need one.
Why don't we all go around talking about how our parents love us? Mine love me too. My dad always talks about like technology all the time, and he's like, "Oh, have you seen this? Like, do you want this thing?" I'm just like, "Oh." We were talking about like SSDs and cameras and stuff, and you know, like he's always trying to help me like upgrade for like stream quality and for show and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. My dad's like, "Hey man, do you want to go halvesies on a carton of cigarettes?" And I'm like,
You're like, yeah, hell yeah, Pop.
"Yeah, you bet, Dad."
Casey's like, "I don't smoke, Dad."
Hey, listen, he's
like,
willing
Yeah,
to
that's what's
share.
wrong with you.
I put a
You're a
roof
son
over
of
your head. At
mine.
least you can do is pay for half my goddamn cigarettes.
Oh god, freaking potato in chat. What's it, Dad? Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh,
Welcome to
my
Rogue
God.
Matter, aka Casey's psychiatrist session.
Yeah.
This is how he works out all of his feelings, is either
That's it.
via video game or on the internet.
Now, it's
Because
it's
therapy is too expensive for anything but a public forum.
oh my god, it's normally with Jay that we say, "How did we get here?" But now it's Casey.
Yeah.
Oh god. It's
Anyways, PlayStation 5.
Yeah, none of us have one, and as of this recording, none of us have plans to get one in motion just yet, other than sitting around waiting.
I mean, my plan was to go to Target really early, but I guess not anymore. Now it's just to stare at Amazon and hate it for not
Go to
having what I
Target.com
want.
really early.
That's gonna be insane. Like every online server is gonna be on fire. Like
yeah.
absolutely
Oh, yeah.
on fire.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's gonna be like you cut over to Amazon headquarters or Walmart or Best Buy, and it looks like the inside of a submarine with the red lights. Go, wooga wooga! There's too many orders coming in. Let's go.
Give her more bandwidth. There's too many people connected.
Can't do it, Captain.
Oh my god! But yeah, Chris, like you said, it's a good way to kind of avoid the PR nightmare that physical copies aren't available. They're like, it's all gonna be online. Yeah, that's it. That's a ticket online. You see it. You get a ticket, a golden ticket. It's like, what kind of a Willy Wonka madness?
I
is
would.
this?
Oh my god! If they brought us to Japan to enter a Willy Wonka-esque chocolate like video game factory, and the winner gets a PS5.
Oh, imagine.
Ride in a glass elevator.
Imagine you have to duke it out in some sort of like first-person shooter too.
I was gonna say it's worth getting
real.
COVID from an Oompa Loompa just for that.
Yeah, there's
You go
everything.
through the entirety of Last Starfighter, and you just get a video game system.
They should just bring back like American Gladiators, and like you have to like compete against like a super buff athlete in order to get like a PS5 or something. And now entering the ring is J-Smack versus Thunder.
I can take on him.
And like
It's like, I'm sorry, did you say your name was Thunder? It's like, yes, my middle name is Crash. It's like, wow.
now here's your oversized Q-tips. Now duke it out and fight each other. Oh,
You
God.
won. Now defeat Blanca.
Oh man! And for all the Zoomers listening, replace American Gladiators with I don't know, Hunger Games or some crap. Anyway, and there you go, the Hunger Games. Oh man, the Hunger Games. Hunger Games reference is more so for GameStop.
Yeah.
Like, what can we have our employees
they put
do?
the hours in the middle of the battlefield and they go dance to it.
Yes, bro, they're all sitting up in their high ivory towers with like their lobster bisque and their weird hairstyles.
Harder.
Oh my god, and their veneers. Like, yes, dance for me for your hours. GameStop is so evil.
Wow, you've got unavailable merchandise in my retail. You got retail in my unavailable merchandise.
Just employees standing at the window going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes the managers Woody Harrelson. Essentially.
No.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yep, it does.
It's going down a dark.
Listen, everybody loves Woody Harrelson. It's fine.
Sure.
Very true. And speaking of things people like, wasn't really good talking about this one. Star Wars.
Wait. How many things do people like that we're talking about today? Like a segment for everything.
I don't know if that was a good transition or not. That was very contentious. Very, very, very.
We like Casey's dad. That's what we decided.
Yeah.
He likes cigarettes.
Okay.
So Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge is a new action-adventure experience through VR, through the Oculus Rift. Looks pretty interesting. So, ILM Game Studios is coming out with more tales from Star Wars. So, they start off with Vader Immortal, which was very good. I didn't get to hook up my Oculus to play because I was too busy, but I got to watch a lot of gameplay, and the story was really good. Action was really good. I got to hook up my Oculus to try that, but I definitely going to try this. So Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge is an action-adventure experience where you'll travel to planet Batuu. That's the land in the Disney parks. And you get to fight alongside classic characters like R2-D2, C-3PO, and they're actually, like, C-3PO is actually voiced by Anthony Daniels. They got everybody.
Well, of course he is. He's
Gotta
never
do it.
not.
Yeah, like he's like, what else is he doing? Honestly,
that's it.
I mean, we love to hear him. Your face.
Well, hold on there. You mean Batuu, the one location and time in Star Wars between everyone's two favorite movies?
Go on.
That one? No.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
on.
Oh, okay. No.
That's
okay.
the one.
Oh, we're all on board with it. Okay. Okay. No. As you were.
Continue.
Casey, if you're going to derail the conversation, you got to go for longer
Yeah,
than 10 seconds.
you got to carry the convo.
Listen, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I fucking hate Star Wars, except for The Mandalorian. So it's hard for me to get invested in movie-adjacent stuff.
Was that the only one who's kind of bored through that episode?
No.
What?
Okay, good.
Shut your face.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you were alone.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yes.
Shut
Wait,
up.
what?
You're alone.
Yeah.
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 Not the whole episode. Some of it.
No. The whole thing was amazing from
What,
start
the
to
whole
finish.
thing?
If I wasn't being entertained by the cuteness of the child or the badassness of the Mandalorian, I was being enthralled by freaking Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah.
The elephant was a
Dad
good
energy.
surprise.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just a fantastic man. Also, Sergio, they had a Leviathan in this. They blew up a dragon.
It wasn't the story that I wanted. Okay, it's a story that I was.
Oh, that is literally the big. That's the most like Star Wars fan angry like excuse ever. It's not the story that I
110%,
wanted.
I'll stand by it because the last time on Mandalorian, we were heading off to find the child's like thing. We were going to find about the Yoda species or whatever, and now it's like this whole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can
Let's
go to whole
solve the
track.
first season's mysteries in one episode.
Or start off the story arc. Because if you watch anime, we get like this felt like the Naruto like filler episode where they go off to some other village like do some BS. Like they help the guy in the bridge who's like building the bridge. And you're like, what is this? What's happening? Sasuke's out there murdering people. I don't know. Like, come on. Anyway, so Star Wars Tales from Galaxies.
Another Star Wars game. Another hour goes by. Another Star Wars game comes out.
Yeah, this one's interesting because like
Enough.
they're trying to do a whole series on Batuu, which is fine. Like I like how this is basically an ad for the land in Disney World and Disneyland, but it looks really interesting. Like,
Wait, are there two Star Wars lands?
No, it's the same. It's the same land, same, but different.
But different.
There are slight differences. People say who've gone to Disney World and Disneyland.
Oh.
One's hot and sweaty there, and then the other one's just really nice weather all the time.
No,
Except for
they
3
changed
o'clock.
like certain languages. They changed like certain like little details and experiences. It was just their own way of like getting people to go to the different lands, which I thought was pretty cool. And this takes place in the outskirts of the Black Spire Outpost. So if you've been to the theme parks, you kind of recognize some of the things here. And they're kind of doing like a Tales from the Borderlands kind of thing, where this is the first installment, and you'll get like different things as you go along. And this is supposed to be exclusive to the Oculus Quest. That's the one where you're detached, and the new one you can attach to a computer, but it's totally standalone. I think it's like $400 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Oculus. Yeah, Oculus and Facebook are really trying to make it affordable because I do think that VR is the wave of the future. The wave of the future. And I don't know. I thought it looked pretty interesting.
Catch the wave.
Is that the slurm?
Yeah, no, it's Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
The slurm it's highly addictive.
I love how your reference is much older.
Well, yeah, Casey doesn't make any references that are younger than 30 to 40
Casey's like
years.
the oldest, youngest guy. That
Everybody's excited for Election Day. It's
I don't know what you're talking about. We're in our own world of entertainment here, full of sunshine and freedoms and fun. The world outside is scary. Let's stay.
The year is 1984.
It might as well be. But yeah, the Star Wars Tales look pretty cool. They're gonna do more and more stories. So if you don't have an Oculus VR headset, you won't be able to play it. But they're offering the actual voice actors. Like you have Yoda here, voiced by Frank Oz. You're also it's discovered that you're a Jedi. There's one of the first episodes is like you're in like a Jedi temple that's underneath Batu or something like that, and they're promising more and more episodes as time goes along. So if you want to invest into VR and you're like, well, I don't know what's really out there for me. I mean, like I'm not paid to endorse this at all, but like when I first got my VR headset, I was like, this is cool. I am inside this game. This is amazing. I was like, I'm never coming out. I'm not leaving. It's like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not freaking leaving. I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for ILM to dedicate themselves to making Star Wars virtual reality games. I'm there. I'm absolutely there. And you're here when we will be right back after the short commercial break. If you're watching here on Twitch, you will not get a commercial if you are subscribed. But everybody else, get a commercial. We will be right back. Too bad, yeah.
Commercial for you. Commercial for you.
Commercial for you. Commercial for you.
No commercial.
Yeah.
But you. Commercial.
Stand by. We will be right back.
With a cape. No, anything. Yeah. Cape is always crazy. Cape is always crazy. Look, there are clowns walking the streets right now.
Right now.
There is no one dressed in a cape. Rogue Wave Podcast, the frequency for all things pop culture and the disruptors behind it. Streaming every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook.com/Rogue Wave Podcast, and available immediately following the live stream wherever major podcasts can be found.
All right, everybody, and we're back. And because the world is kind of crazy right now, we're going to take a little moment to do a little segment called Games That Help Us Relax. Because the world's kind of crazy right now. And we all use video games and other means like movies and stuff like that to escape. So let us go into games that help us relax. Casey, what have you been playing to help you kind of simmer down?
Oh, I'll tell you something. It's probably the most relaxing game of all time. Battletoads on Super Nintendo.
Oh God! Oh, I'm so uncomfortable right now. It's so tired. It's so hard.
That's absolutely no. That's one of the most cripplingly difficult and frustrating games of all time. Gosh, I have a list of I don't know how many games that get my anxiety worked up. I've never even thought about playing a video game to chill out. But my always go-to, as you can see on screen, is of course Animal Crossing. It's the kind of game you can pour 1,635 hours into.
Give or take.
Not that we're counting, but we might be counting. It's I guess it in a lot of ways it is a decompressor for me because I keep giving myself projects and I'm part of a greater community and I'm always making many deals.
You and your deals.
I'm always making.
You're
many
the
deals.
shadiest Animal Crossing player I've ever met.
Fair. You can look at my Nookazon. I'm fair and equitable. I've got a 5-star rating.
Is that what your reviews say? Or Yelp reviews on your Animal Crossing
fair
page?
and equitable.
Most of my Animal Crossing reviews say good trade very fast, and I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Dude, what?
Good trade. Very
Are you trading with like a pupper with like a dog or something like that? Very good. No catch, only throw.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. People show up on Nook
Much
and
Nook.
they're just kind of like, get a give thing here, have ticket. Like, okay, like you got it, buddy. you know whenever you talk to somebody online and they type in all lowercase and you're kind of like, wow, I haven't done that since the old AOL days. That's like everybody on Nook is on. So
That's
maybe
awesome.
I'm just dealing to children, these fake electronic goods, but
No, I think you're dealing to people specifically from like Geshten and like renovated countries. Like, okay, buddy, yeah, good trade, very fast.
Good
Bye.
trade, very good trade.
I'm
Very-
kind of afraid for Casey's identity right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, hey, look me up. This is great. Now I can promote my own online business.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez.
You can look me up on Nookazon. I'm TV's Casey with no spaces.
He'll give you a very good price, huh?
I've got
Very
several.
good.
I've got several listings of rare goods, and if you have ticket, I will give you item.
Casey's
We
like
make many-
Casey's like Watto out there.
Hey, I'm a Tonderi. You want a thing for Animal Crossing? I've got pyramids. I've got Gulliver stuff. I got stuff from your mom. Anything you can't order in the game, you get it from Casey. TV's Casey. Don't shop nowhere else. Hey, Saboba always wins. All right.
But Casey, you're right, man. Like, what a game to come out right in the middle of a pandemic,
It's
right? Like
perfect.
this was a game
100%.
that
I
like,
remember
Yeah.
like 2 weeks before they came out, people were screaming at Nintendo like we're locked in our homes. Let us have the game early, and they're like, no, we don't bend to your will. Not now, not ever.
You'll give us money when we say you can give us money.
Right?
yeah.
And the people bowed down.
That's true.
And we all played it for like 2 months, and then everybody stopped except for Casey.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm in it to win it, baby. I'm gonna beat Animal Crossing.
I don't think you. All right, I'm not going to tell.
No, if
Casey.
anybody
He's like, oh, I can't beat it. Challenge accepted.
I'm gonna do it.
Wrong,
No,
Greg.
listen, everybody who's been listening to the show already knows I've completed the catalog. That's probably about as close to beating it as you can get.
Wait, what else? What else is there?
I don't know. I've collected all the things. I've collected all the things there is to collect.
Even the
Violence
Halloween
is-
stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Halloween
What do
was
you?
a week-
Who do you
Halloween
think
was a
you're
week
talking
ago.
to,
Yo.
Mr. 1634 over here?
Out 1635.
Sorry.
You know, that
wait,
is an impressive
35.
Hold on a
SAT score,
minute.
by the way.
And 1636. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Do you just leave it open when you go to sleep?
Well, I'm not doing trades right now, but
You got to be ready at all
Yes.
times. He's
All
look at that.
times.
Wow.
Show us your hands.
You'll see that. Listen, if you see a blue reflection in my face, it means I'm flying to somebody else.
There's a creepypasta for Animal Crossing, and I was hearing an audio version of it, and I
Ooh.
just thought of Casey immediately, where there's this like,
Is it itchy tasty?
no, I can't remember what the name was, but it's essentially there's this like thing you dig up, and it's just like, beware of like the Bone Man or something like that. And essentially, the moral of the
Bone
story
Man.
is you find the Bone Man, and he's like Tom's brother who died or something like that, and is back from the dead for revenge, and then kills your avatar, and then you die in real life. That's how
like
we're
the
gonna find Casey.
Herobrine story from Minecraft, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, yeah. It's very
It's like-
similar to that.
You
The
die
twin
in the
brother to
game,
not.
you die for real, Gerard
Yeah.
Butler. Okay.
That's what's gonna happen to Casey.
What? Where did Gerard Butler come
Wait,
from?
you don't remember that movie?
Yeah, I do.
Gamer?
Yeah,
I do.
yeah, gamer.
Oh,
He was
wait.
in that, was he not? Was
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
but
he was the
Gerard Butler.
avatar.
He was the
Yeah, he
guy.
was the Avatar.
He was
Yeah,
the avatar
You die in
prisoner.
the game, you die for real.
There was another horror movie that was the same premise, where it's like 4 teenagers go into like this Resident
Stay
Evil
Alive.
on
Jumanji.
Stay
No,
no, no.
Alive. Thank
Yep.
you.
No,
Yeah.
Rent.
The musical.
Good job.
Speaking
Good job.
of Jay's Mac,
You die in the game, you die of AIDS. What? Like what? Where were you going with
No,
that?
no. Rent control. That's what I'm talking about. It's really expensive.
You lost me there, brother.
Yeah.
oh man.
Oh, look at that. They're doing it again.
Oh, I heard that one that time.
assholes.
Yeah,
that's
those
insane.
hammers.
I genuinely dislike the people that live above me. Hey guys, so games that calm me down when your neighbors are raining hellfire above you. Look, they're doing it again. How am I going to do this?
They didn't like your rent joke. I think that's what it was.
They're like, boo!
Yeah,
They're like, show us more seasons of love or get out.
my rent is absolutely lower than their.
What the heck? You got like Statler and Waldorf on there? Joke wasn't half bad. It wasn't half good either.
Obviously, Jason, obviously your rent is lower. You live beneath them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they're. Wow, guys, this is what our content is now. It's gonna be.
I feel like I need to jump through there and just like uppercut, just like plus ultra. You're like your neighbor. Just absolutely just plus ultra.
So I'll get through this quick, right? My go-to game, of course, surprise, is Rust. It's actually really calming to given that this game is really intense and it's really kind of like nerve-wracking playing it. It's something that can just kind of take you out, and it's just a dumb survival game when you get down to the basics of it. If you just want to go hit trees and farm, you can go into a Care Bear server, a PvE server, and just farm and just kind of live like a different life, but it really is fun to go and just like jump into somebody's door while they're just trying to go out and do their thing. I think I should go do that, myself to my neighbors right now. Just go knock on their door, just jump in, just take some of their stuff,
craft a
leave.
platform right outside their window.
Yeah, exactly. I could really just jump up on my balcony and just climb up and just take their chairs or something from their porch. I should do that.
Do it.
Yeah,
Don't
but I'm
forget to
going to
lock the
mute
door
my
behind
mic
you.
for a good portion of this if it continues.
Okay.
They're awful.
Yeah. Greg, what have you been playing to help you relax through these trying times?
I realized when we brought up this that I don't play a lot of relaxing games either. They're all just pretty much really stressful or horror games, something like that.
I game to feel alive.
I game to feel anything other than annoyance at Casey. But what I did when I really kind of thought about it, Tony Hawk Pro Skater is where I go. It has a bit of that nostalgia to it. I can literally go anywhere in America or even the world, depending on the games that I'm playing and stuff like that. It's just a great time. The soundtrack's amazing. The gameplay, you can choose to actually do any of the objectives if you want to have a little more of a challenging time. But if you just want to like chill out and go into a zen kind of mode, I just literally fire up that first level. I do some tricks. I throw on Superman by Goldfinger, and I'm there.
I'm a kid again.
There. Yeah. I'm on my Nintendo 64 again, and then I'm just chilling. So that's what I've been playing. It's great.
Hey, sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Speaking of good times, Chris, what have you been playing?
Look, I know we're usually talking about video games on like PCs and consoles and things like that, but when I unwind, it's usually like just me playing on my phone. And there's this game that I had probably been playing for the better part of like 3 years. Just if I'm hanging on the couch, just watching something or like wind down for the evening. No, it's not Candy Crush. It's called Bricks and Balls, which the name kind of cracks me up. But also it's just super simple. You throw balls at a tile, the numbers count down, and once you get down to 0, it disappears. I had been playing another game that was kind of similar, but it was like every time you throw the ball, like you start off with like a clear screen and then like one row of blocks, and then the next time it drops down. But what I like about Bricks and Balls is it starts off and there's like a pattern in front of you, and I just find that throwing something and let it bounce around up like past the blocks and it goes for a while, like it's just super relaxing to me. This is actually probably one of the first games that I said, you know what? I've invested so much time in this, I might as well just pay the $2 to get rid of ads. I did that. I'm that guy.
Wow.
But only on this game. And I dig it.
No further.
I actually think it's one of the there's like a bunch of developers that all like overlap. I think it's a Voodoo. There's like a million Voodoo games, and all the games like feel very similar, but it's like the same thing, just slightly tweaked. And I have a tendency to just like those games that are just really simple. You can play them with one hand. And I mean, the best part about that is like everyone's got a phone, and everyone has some game that you're just mindlessly playing. It's the kind of thing if like I'm doing something else, it keeps my mind, actually helps me focus because it keeps my mind from wandering off in other directions if I'm focusing on these balls. So like if my head's focusing on these balls, I can actually also focus on the other thing, like watching a movie or something like that, without wandering on like Facebook and things like that.
Don't stare at the balls.
Look, sometimes I'm gonna stare at the balls, especially when there's lots of them in my face. I love it.
Good one, Casey.
But yeah. So I went mobile on this one, guys. And don't like judge me. Don't act like all of you don't have that game on your phone that
Don't
you
you all
go
have
to.
phones?
You all have phones.
Battle
Look, I
Pack.
play console
What are you,
games
Blizzard?
too. I play Tony Hawk. I play Animal Crossing. I haven't played Rust yet, Jay. I'm sorry.
What?
Exactly. Anyways,
Why?
that's what I got. Serge,
know.
how do you unwind, my friend?
Oh man, so I've been playing a game that's got a nice new update out there, and it's called Raft with an H in front of it. Raft. So Raft is one of those games. If you like your survival games that you got to collect this material to make this material to make this material, and just be out in the wild. So Raft is a game where you start on a very, very small floating raft. You're perpetually going through this big, wide open ocean. There is a single player story mode. You can play with your friends, I think up to 6 people or something. Yeah, and the whole time you're out on the sea and you're perpetually moving, there's a shark that's going around you, so you can't really get too far off away from the raft. But you got this hook. You hook things in the water, and then the stuff that you get, you can start building things to expand your raft. You can, you have to survive by eating food, by drinking. There's health as well, so the shark kind of attacks your raft too much, or you could die. And it's pretty. I love like the survival games, and this game has a very melodic music to it. The pacing is not too quickly, so you don't have to kind of rush before you die. There's a lot of time before your health and your thirst and your hunger kicks in, so you can play at your leisure, kind of just sit back and craft things together. Like you can catch fish, put that in the barbecue, eat that, and then you can find different islands. There's coconuts. You can plant trees. You can get animals. You can like build pens. It's really, really interesting, especially when your friends try to survive with you. It's a lot of fun. We've had some good game nights, and my buddy Johnny Shirts, his server, playing this game all together. It's just a lot of fun. It's very, very calming.
How do you break somebody's base in this game?
I don't understand a game that doesn't have the point of harming other people.
Yeah, I don't get a game that's not Warzone, that you're not dropping in and you're shooting somebody 360 in the face.
I like how the topic was games that help you relax, and so just like, you've seen the movie Life of Pi, right? Where the kid with a tiger,
Yeah,
and maybe he dies, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's crazy, maybe he's not. That's my definition of
Yeah,
relaxing.
there's a game where you can
Goddamn.
starve and kind of bleed to death, and there's a shark attack, and every so often it attacks your raft, and you kind of have to fend for yourself. It's very calming.
Some friends of mine have been out playing this. I've actually been meaning to check it out. So
Yeah, me too.
I hear
Cool.
it's good. I hear it's great
I hear it's
things.
pretty-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
solid.
we should do a game night.
Yeah,
I'm
play
ready for
Rust.
it. Yeah, but there's that too. And there's also a commercial break coming up right now. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about what everyone is playing. And we're back, and time for everyone's favorite segment. What's everyone playing? Chris, regale us with your stories.
man, I finally beat Crash Bandicoot 4.
Whoa.
It's about time.
Nice.
It's about time.
It's about
Oh my
time.
god. The final, so I will say, like, final boss was like not that, it was like appropriately challenging. It's actually a ton of fun. But before that, so one big mechanic about these games is that there are 4 masks that give you specific abilities. One of which will give you like a super spin that has you hover, and you can kind of jump further, and you can double jump really far. There's another one that flips between 2 realities, so there are some things that you have to flip the reality to get or miss in some cases. There's another one that slows down time, and there's another one that flips gravity. And there is an end run, the second to last level. There is an end run where you basically will jump once, get past one obstacle, hit a mask, have to immediately activate that mask to do one jump, and then you hit another mask, have to hit that ability, do one move, like a slide or another jump, hit another mask, and it's like one of the most insane gauntlets that I've had to play through, and it took me 107 tries to beat this level.
That's like the final level in any Super Mario game.
Oh my gosh, insane! Yeah. So I finally beat this thing, and part of the charm of the game is that sometimes you play as Crash, and there's a few levels where you play as another character, And then the way it works is you play through half a level as that other character who then triggers some event, which then puts you back into the previous Crash level for the second half. And you play through a harder version of the level you just played through as Crash. The same thing you did, just harder. So much to my surprise, that I had to go do that same freaking gauntlet again with slightly tweaked harder things to avoid.
This is your fault, Dingo Dial, you motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I've been like, I'm not doing it.
I was so mad, but because I had just done it like 50 times, it only took me a couple tries to get through. So that was good. And then like right after that, I know last week we talked about like horror games and talked about Little Nightmares. Then another friend of mine was playing, talking about games they wanted to play. So I actually ended up playing Little Nightmares. It turned out I was only like 2 chapters from the end. So I jumped back into the game and I beat that. And that game is just delightful. It's great.
I like that game a lot. It's really cool.
Yeah. Although I was like, oh, there's DLC. So I paid for one of the DLCs, but now I can't figure out how to activate it. So that's my next challenge. But Crash 4, phenomenal, really fun, super challenging. Little Nightmares, not super challenging, super cute, but a great, just simple platformer for you to play. And that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
Casey, what do you do? What do you got, man?
Oh, well, after the announcement of a new No More Heroes 3 trailer, Nintendo put out No More Heroes 1 and 2 on Switch. And I scooped those bad boys up because they were at a discount, and I got them for $15 a piece.
Hey.
And you guys should too, because the last time I talked about No More Heroes on the show, nobody knew what I was talking about.
No, we knew what you were talking about.
Literally-
We just never played it.
This is, by the way, if anyone's wondering what it's like to be Casey's friend, it's this right there. You're getting No More Heroes right now. It's on Switch. No, I'm not. But come on, shut up, Casey. No, you should.
I bought Control because of you
I'm getting
jerk.
it though.
I'm not getting it.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm not getting it.
I'm not getting it.
Not getting it.
Not getting it.
Not
Listen.
at $15 a pop. Maybe 5 a
It's
pop.
15 doll hairs. Can you not spare a doll hair?
I mean, I can, but 15 for a game I'm probably not going to play.
I guess. I don't know. Listen, this game.
But how do you like it,
This
man?
game is thebomb.com. I mean, I played it when I was like 18, which is cool, but now I'm even more of an adult, so I get the double nostalgia trip. And I've since played stuff like Killer 7 and other Suda51 works and Grasshopper Manufacturer and all that jazz. The man is there's not like a lot of games like this. A lot of games that have this style that poke fun of all like the similar stuff. I feel like this game is also an experience that you gotta, appreciating a video game director as visionary. This is up there, and it's just about an otaku looking to become #1 and kill everybody who stands in his way, and it just rules. It really does.
Nice.
Be the fanboy you want to be in the world. That's what I say.
Wow, what an inspiring and great message there, Casey, for all the little ones out
That's
there.
it. All the
Nice.
children
I like
who
that.
listen
That's
to our sweary show.
great. Good. Speaking of swearing, Jason, what have you been playing?
What? I've never f***ing swore in my life. So I played more Rust this week. I broke my I have to give my chip back, right? No, I wanted to play Watch Dogs 2 yesterday and play it on stream, and the Epic Store did something funny, and they decided to go ahead and make you download it, and then they also flipped it and said, oh, you also have to download it to Ubisoft and also Origin and also all these other things. Download it 3 times, please.
What?
And so I followed all the BS steps, and I was like, all right, whatever, like I'll do that. I have space on my hard drive. And it just didn't play after that. So I was like, okay, I'm just going back to Rust.
That's an Ubisoft thing too. That's not an Epic thing, because I have a couple Ubisoft, like Far Cry on Steam. They're like, oh yeah, but it has to be on this too, and I'm like,
why?
Really?
That's
It's
weird.
so
Really?
insane.
It's Ubisoft.
Yeah,
it's
it's
infuriating. And when you get like finally just accept it and go ahead and download it, and all of a sudden you go back and you're just like, all right, I just want to get into it and play. It just didn't launch, and I don't know if it was my monitor settings or something like that, but it would like launch and then close, launch and close. I'm like, all right, cool. Just going back to Old Faithful, and I just want to, chill on somebody's in front of somebody's door and just shoot them when they come out, which is not going to happen upstairs, I promise, because I am on record saying that. I don't like the people upstairs.
Cops, if you're listening.
I'm talking about a video game.
In a video game. Yeah. So I've been playing a demo of a game called Hammer Ting. It is a you know what was it like that Fallout game where you're in a vault and it's kind of like a mobile game.
I was gonna say that
Yeah,
Fallout
yeah.
game where you're in a vault. Could it be all of them?
The Fallout game where
Clearly, he's talking about Fallout 76, the hit.
No,
Fallout,
he's talking,
the
he's
Fallout.
talking about
they talk
Fallout Shelter, the game that
Yeah,
made me
yes.
realize I have a fucking loot box addiction and I can't play it anymore.
Yeah, so it's basically like a management system. But okay, so in Hammerting, you play as dwarves who go down in a mine, and you have to kind of like make sure that they I kind of like resource based games where you kind of have to like build things, construct. So I was looking around Steam and I was like, okay, like what's going on here? And they have kind of like an early access thing going on. I saw one of my favorite streamers streaming, and they had a demo that was available. So you're dwarves that go down into a mine. There's an overworld, and you kind of have to build like a blacksmithing thing. You have to build like a quarry, all these different things, and manage all these different systems to try to help the campaign of the overworld. And for right now, it's pretty interesting. It's not. I don't know if I would pay for it. Like I love that there's a demo out right now, but there are a lot of things that need to be smoothed out. But for right now, it's good as a demo. I don't know if I'd recommend. I have to play some more, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. A little break from Warzone. Greg, what have you been playing?
So, over at my stream over at twitch.tv/BoosterGreg on Monday and Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just get that shout out in there, plug in there real quick.
Yeah.
We actually have a reward system, right? Like much like this channel does, where you use channel points, you can get certain things. My highest channel point reward or one of the highest ones, I think, is called Hey, play this, where someone has to earn a certain amount of boost coin, is what I call it. And they say, I have to play a game that they tell me. So our moderator and friend here over at Button Smash, Boulevard Gaming, a.k.a. Bebo, got that and redeemed it and actually bought for me Sid Meier's Pirates, which I had never played before.
Interesting.
Yeah, Casey would notice if you ever showed up to one of my streams. But all he does is watch Animal Crossing all day, every
can't
day.
help
What
it.
swear did you use
I
there?
know what I like.
I use the swear.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I started playing. I've never played this before. I didn't do any research on it whatsoever. I literally opened it up before stream just to make sure that it would actually run, because it is an older game, and much like, you know, Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic, like sometimes they get a little iffy.
Fire up the old DOS box.
Yeah, but no, this one worked. This was the 2004 or 5 version, I think. So it booted up, not widescreen, but you know, standard screen, and it went pretty well. It's a lot of fun. I didn't do much of the main quest because chat was yelling at me not to do the main quest, just to go around murking other ships. So that's pretty much what I did for about 4 hours, and I don't regret a second of it. It's a lot of fun. It has that ship to ship like naval combat that you can do with the cannons. So I pretty much just did a lot of that. Did like 2 quests where I have to go find a brother or sister. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention too much to the story. I was more just trying to murder everyone that were sailing on my high seas.
What's your
And,
pirate name? Is it Booster Peg?
I just did boost. I think
Wow,
I just
good
did
one,
booster.
Casey.
Like Peg like it.
Well, you know, Casey, if you showed up, maybe that would have been it, but
Yeah,
you didn't.
you know what? That's on me.
Sense a theme going on here.
So, but yeah, so it's an amazing game. I can't believe I've never. It was on my horizons. It was a nice little sailing pun for everyone, but I never actually played it. So this gave me kind of the excuse and the opportunity to go into it. I'm gonna try to beat it on stream. For sure. I'm just having that much fun with it. Maybe I'll stick to the main quest. But if you just want to be a pirate and go looting and go shooting and all that stuff, I do recommend this. It's great.
Yeah, don't forget booting and scooting.
Booting and scooting.
We're just going on to what's free this week on the Epic Store, Dungeons 3. I believe the PlayStation Store is going to have some good stuff coming up, like nothing that we haven't talked about already. So I'll look forward to that in the future. And for other stuff that will be free this week, I think there's some new demos that are going to be dropping soon on Steam as well.
And real quick, speaking of Steam, Apex hit Steam finally today.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Apex Legends?
Apex Legends hit on
Apex Legends.
So I can finally uninstall my stupid Origin installer and just install it on there and just not play it and just continue to not play it, but just have it there.
I miss Apex. I might get back into it.
Yeah.
Let me know, dude. I'll play.
Hey, sounds good. And speaking of play, that's all the time we have for today. We played it all out. Yeah. So thanks to everyone who's been tuning in live on twitch.tv/WeAreRogueMatter. Everyone who's been listening to us via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Checking out RogueMatter.com for the other Rogue creators, including our colleague Mike Dolce, who has the Rogue Wave podcast, where he talks about everything in pop culture. And if you want to listen to his podcast as well, it's also on everywhere you can listen to a podcast. If you want your daily fix of pop culture, head on over to RogueMatter.com and listen to Rogue Wave. All right, guys, thank you, everybody who was live here in the chat. We do this every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check out Booster Greg's streams and follow him on the socials. Jason Mack, when he streams, follow him on the socials. And everybody else does stuff and things as well. More coming soon. Yeah, can't wait for Doc Chris to be up and running with his battle station when it's fully operational.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe this weekend. We'll see.
Ooh.
Don't you tease
Nice
me.
to.
Wait. Don't
I like
threaten
that.
me with
Nice
a good
to,
time.
nice to. All right, guys, we will see you later, or we'll see you another time.